Welcome to DRB Tunnel Solutions training. In this training, we're going to take a look at the essential web application, both the customization and setup and use for the operator. Let's get started. First, we're going to log into the Patheon portal. In the Patheon portal, in the lower left-hand corner, there's a customization section. If we click on customization, we can then click on e-commerce, and we're able to customize things like the name of our app. So, for example, we can call it the DRB Demo Car Wash. We can customize the app logo by clicking on the edit pencil and uploading a new app logo. We can also upload a new background image. So we have a new background image and a logo. The logo is used on the guest login page as well as in the corner of the screen, and the background image is used behind most everything else. If you want, it'll enable background blur by default. If you click preview, you have the ability to see what the application will look like on a mobile device. The plan management section has 3 checkboxes that you can turn on or off. By default, the plan cancellation through app is turned on, and no other options are turned on. However, you can activate plan changing through the app as well as plan suspension through the app. You're able to set up WashPass terms and conditions. WashPass is a specific capability. It's called pay-as-you-go washing in the application, and how it works is that the customer puts a card on file and they pick their wash level. Then each time their vehicle is identified on site, we just charge them for the wash. It's not really a plan, it's just a convenient way to automatically charge the customer their favorite wash, and this can be an attractive option to customers that don't want to purchase a full plan. Since we will enable WashPass later, we'll put in some WashPass terms and conditions. When you purchase in the application, you'll get a success modal. For example, a QR code can be used if you're redeeming a RFID plan. For example, if you don't have license plate recognition, you can redeem your plan with a QR code. Additionally, if you purchase things like gift cards or prepaid washes, they can be redeemed by gift codes. So I put in a generic scan QR code at the wash to redeem your purchase. You can add a Google Analytics tracking ID, which will track how folks use your essential web application. We're going to leave that blank for now. And you can talk to your web programmer about what to add here. I'll go ahead and click Save. We're going to take a quick side trip. There's a feature behind the scenes that only DRB has access to. If we click under Features, you'll notice that the e-commerce needs to be enabled. So this has to be a product that you do purchase. But also there's a configuration section where we set up a custom URL. For example, for my demo wash, it's drbdemo.patheon.app. Typically, your site name .patheon.app is going to be your URL. However, if you don't like what you have currently, what you can do is ask a DRB operations representative to change this URL for you. We should be able to change it 1 or 2 times, but you'll want to make sure that it is consistent in case you have any links out there that the customer may have access to. You will break any URL links if you've already have them published on your site if this gets changed. However, if you don't like the URL that you have by default, or you may want to make it shorter, you can make a suggestion for us to change it 1 time. Heading back to the application, this is how my old application looked with the logo and background before I updated the app, and I'll go ahead and refresh the application afterwards. This should download my new resources, including the new logo and new backgrounds. We go ahead and log out of the application. Go back to the main site here. And what you can do, and if you're previewing this in the Chrome browser, for example, you can press F12 to enable developer mode. And then, if you right-click, you can empty cache and hard reload on your reload button. What that'll do is it'll force download any new graphic resources, etc. You'll notice that the application did update DRB Demo Car Wash, so the name has been updated. And here's the updated look. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click Continue as a Guest to browse the rest of my EWA. You'll notice that I have plans, washes, and gift cards set up in my EWA already. You won't necessarily have that until you select which products you'll want to be on your EWA, and I'll show you how that works in just a moment. But so far, I like the look and feel of it, but maybe I don't like the blurred background. I'll go ahead back into the portal, uncheck the Enable Background Blur, and click Save. And then I'll go ahead and reload. And I may like that look a little bit better. So now I have my web application activated. Another quick side trip. You can use a company such as Suds Creative to update the look and feel of your application to make it look a little bit more consistent with your brand. Notice here the logo is a little bit larger. And when we continue to the application, we can do customization of things like the actual tags, the font colors, the button colors and styles, the styles as you hover over them, for example. You can have a lot of these things automatically changed for the different styles, for the different tabs. So, if you want to explore further customization of your enhanced web application, you can contact Suds Creative. Now we're going to talk about activating or deactivating the different types of products in the EWA. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen again, and we'll browse through the different areas of the essential web application. First, we'll continue as the guest and take a look at the 3 products. There are 3 product types, and you'll notice they're at the top of the screen here: plans, washes, and gift cards. You'll notice on my gift card page I only have a $75 and a $50 gift card. I'll show you how to activate the 25 and the 100 to add it to here. On the washes page, you'll notice that we only have prepaid products, and I have an instant code that'll give us a best wash, a better wash, or a good, but I may want to create some other deals like a 3-for-1 for our different wash products, so I'll show you how to activate that. And then for our demonstration, I only am showing the unlimited good plan. I want to add the better and best plan. You'll also notice I don't have a 4th type here. The 4th type would actually be considered pay-as-you-go washing, so I'll show you how to activate pay-as-you-go washing as well. Before we get started, I've noticed something right away when I browse in full screen, and that is that it's a little bit hard to read some of the text on this light background. Therefore, I'm actually going to think about changing what the look and feel of my background image is. Again, this is something a little bit outside of the realm of something that we do in the Essential Web application, but I just want to show you how this type of task may be accomplished. I've decided that I might not like the light background and how that looks, so I've had my graphics artist create a dimmer background. I'm going to go ahead and upload that, and we'll see what that looks like in a few minutes when we reload our Essential Web application. It does take a few minutes for these images and logos to propagate out, so just be patient and continue to refresh your page. There, I like the look of this one a little bit better. Let's take a look in guest mode, and yes, it's much easier to read the tabs with a dimmed background. I'm going to continue now to add plans back to the EWA. Adding a plan to your EWA is very simple. Today we have the Unlimited Good, and we want to add the Better and the Best. If you click on the name of the Unlimited Better plan, you'll be able to view the current settings of the plan. When you scroll down to the bottom, there's a sites where it's active, and you've got your demo training site. This means we can sell it on-site only. If you want to also sell it on the application for the demo training site, you would actually have to activate it in the demo web application. What this means is that when you purchase these plans online, you still will be using a physical site so that the money will go to that physical site. So it'll only be shown if it is on the physical site and the demo web application. We'll go ahead and click the edit pencil for sites and add the demo web application for the better plan. And save. We'll then go back to the membership and do the same for the Unlimited Best plan. Click on the name, so we get into view mode. We'll go down to the Sites section, and we'll go ahead and activate it at the demo web application. Again, yours will be named something like Your Site's Web Application. We now have all 3 plans active. Now we're going to go into products. There's different types of products that you can activate in the application. You may recall that in our application for gift cards, we only have $50 and $75 gift cards. Maybe we want to sell a $25 gift card and a $100 gift card. We'll go back to the portal and we'll click on the $25 gift card. We'll go down to the Edit Sites and activate it in the demo web application. Now, we can sell a $100 card at face value, but I want to show you a tip that you can set up your card. You'll notice that there's a default value and a price field for your gift cards. So I'm going to go back to the products, and I'm going to add a new gift card product. And I'm going to call it $100 gift card for $80. The default value that adds to the card will be $100. The price, however, will be shown as $80, and it's fixed price. We'll go ahead down to the bottom and activate this at our sites, including our web application. We go back to our web application and reload. We'll continue as the guest to view the menu. And you'll notice that we have our $100 gift card, priced to $80, $75 at $75, $50 at $50, and the $25 at $25. The washes section has individual washes that we want to purchase, but we said we wanted to create some buy in bulk and save. So for example, if our good wash is $12, maybe you can buy 4 good washes for the price of 3. We'll go back to the portal and show you how we can set up one of these types of promotions. We'll go ahead and click Add Product and add a prepaid product. That's the section on the bottom, so make sure you scroll all the way down. 4 for 3 good washes. The prepaid value will be the type of wash that we are going to redeem, so we're going to type in good and find our good wash and select it. We're going to be putting 4 units onto this prepaid. And if you do want to set an expiration, you can only do this if it's set to an instant prepaid. However, we don't want these codes to expire, so I'm going to go ahead and just put in a unit for quantity. And by the way, if you do set it to instant prepaid, it changes your quantity to 1, so that would not work for the 4 for 3 washes. So these by default do not currently have an expiration. If you apply taxes to your washes, you would say yes here. And then make sure that it is a tax-inclusive price if your washes are also tax-inclusive. $36 would be our good price times 3. Now these images would only be used if you are going to sell these on the point of sale, so they have no use here. We'll activate it at our training site and our web application. So you can kind of see this is a little repetitive at this point. Ultimately, in order to add a product to your EWA, you just activate it at the web location as if it's a separate car wash. I'll go ahead and reload. Continue to view as a guest. And then we will go to our washes section and you'll see the 4 for 3 good washes. Now shows $36, including 4 units. There's a fourth type, which is pay-as-you-go washing, and those aren't active. Pay-as-you-go washing is actually activated on your actual wash products. So we have good, better, and best. Maybe we only want to offer pay-as-you-go washing for our best wash. I'm going to go ahead and type in best, and we have our best wash here. I'll click edit. One thing of note is that the description field for the wash is used in the EWA. So we can describe something like pay as you go wash. Select the best wash and then store your credit card on file. Then each time you visit, you will automatically have the best wash charged to your card. Cancel anytime. Go ahead and scroll down. We'll click Save to make it active. And then the Activated Sites section, we want to add the web application. We'll go ahead and select Activated Sites, and we'll add our web application. Since this will be the first wash product, we'll have a new tab added to our EWA application. You'll notice the tab's not there yet, so we'll go ahead and reload and continue as a guest. You'll now notice that we have a fourth tab at the top of the screen called Pay As You Go. When you click on that tab, we will be shown the best wash, and this is where the description shows up that we sign up. We have a separate video that walks the consumer through the purchase process, but before that we're going to do one more type of promotion, and that is an automatic plan promotion. There's two ways to achieve this with your web application. First, let's go to the discounts section and we'll add a new discount. We'll call it first month free, and this will be for the good. We'll just shorten this by removing spaces between the words. Now, this will be applying to your regular customers. House account discounts are something different. We have two options for EWA discounts. One is an automatic discount, and this means that if they just purchase the plan, they will get this discount automatically if they meet the conditions below. And you could have conditions like scheduled for a certain day. Maybe you want to sell $0 first month plans for a grand opening period, so you can actually select dates of the year, like a date range. Or we remove with the trash can this condition, and we do just new plan member. We could say if they are a brand new member and they haven't had any other plans within so many days, such as 180 days. We will set the price of the first purchase to $0. Go ahead and click Continue. And we will save to activate this discount. Now, when you activate it at sites, you'll notice that we only have the individual sites where the plans are sold. When you purchase a plan on the Essential web application, it has to be tied to one of your physical sites. So it makes sense that we only see physical sites here. However, if the discount is active at your physical site and it is automatic, that means it will be automatic in the Essential web application as well. Let's take a look at the process of someone buying this plan for the first time. It's the Unlimited Good plan, which has the automatic discount. We'll click Buy Now. And the system will bring the login section. It basically says enter your phone number to create an account. I'll put in my personal phone number here. And the system will send a single-use SMS code to my phone number. You'll notice the first time that you log in, it has you add your details, such as your first name, last name, and email. You'll put in your vehicle details, and save for the license plate. You can review the terms and conditions and agree. And then you'll type in your credit card number. Here, I'll put in a test card. And process the charge. You'll notice that we have the logos of the card types that we accept. And you'll notice it shows pay $0. If you click show details, I wanted to show you that the automatic discount for the first month free does come in automatically when it is an automatic discount. We'll go ahead and click pay. Oh, I forgot a required field. Let me hide the details and make sure. I need to make sure it captures my credit card. We'll go ahead and click submit. Now that I have my credit card on file, I can click pay. Another type of discount that you can create would be a discount that works for any plan customer, but they have to add it with a code. You'll click add discount, and we'll say $0 first month. I'm going to make this a web code only. It'll apply to customers. However, we need to type coupon. This means that you'll actually type a code for it to work. We're going to use the new plan member discount, but we're going to make it so that it applies to any of our 3 unlimited plans that we sell online. We also will change the number of days that have passed since the last plan to 0. And this will be so the 0 deactivates the new plan member part of the new plan member discount and just makes a plan member discount that we can apply to any plan. We'll go ahead and click continue, and we'll set the price of the first period, which is first month, to 0. We won't want to show this on the POS because we want to activate it only on the web, and we'll leave it active. And there will be one additional step that is needed, is we have to create the coupon code. We'll go ahead and click create code now. Now, if you want to create a single code that can work several times, for example, a code that may have a limit of limited to the first 1,000 customers, for example, get a month free, and you want to send that on your social platforms, you can create a code like first MO free, and that code can be redeemed 1,000 times, and then it'll no longer be usable. You could also create a code batch where we create 1,000 different codes, and then you send them out through unique text campaigns or something like that. In my instance, I'm just going to create a single code, and I'm only going to limit its use to 1 because I'm testing things out here, and it'll work for the current period that I'm on. I'll activate it at by site and click save. So I now have a single use code called 1MO free, and it'll work for one plan sale online. Here I've logged in with a new phone number, and I'll purchase the best plan. I'll put in my name, test, consumer, put in a sample license plate, save. I'll agree to my terms and conditions, and I'll put the sample credit card number in. You'll notice that it shows the pay $48.03 at the bottom. Go ahead and show the details and type in the first MO free. It takes the price of my plan to $0 for the first month. We'll go ahead and click pay and complete the sale. And that's configuring the Essential Web application, including the customization, activating products of different types, in the purchase process, including discounts. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please send them to training@drb.com.